Hey y'all. So I wasn't gonna record. I did my podcast last night and I was done. Right? I was just gonna take my little break and do what I need to do to replenish myself in preparation for what's next. And I was sitting and I was just sending out my text messages like I do because I'm an old lady. At midnight I plan to be nice and sleep, okay? Um I realize that I can't, people have become accustomed to me sharing videos towards the end of the year, any monumental moments that come, and it's necessary for me to follow my spirit when I feel an inkling to do so. And so I'm here. But everybody who follows the podcast, y'all ain't been missing me. Y'all have been hearing me. Y'all have been tuning in. And I love you guys. So first and foremost, I want to thank my tribe for their continual support and the continual reciprocal pouring into. I love you guys. Period. Secondly, I want to say, I'm not going to make this video long because I don't want to be emotional, one. And two, there's so much that has already been regurgitated. I don't need to keep saying it. And you already know what we're living in and what's the middle and what's happening, you know. Just because a calendar year changes doesn't mean the dynamics in which we are in does immediately. But we are shifting. And as I stated, coming into 2020, this would be a massive year. I already knew that there would be a lot of things changing in the governmental systems, currency. I knew that. And I've literally kept track of everything that I said. And I've written down every monumental moment of 2020. Every monumental moment from January the 1st, 2020. I have been keeping close tabs of these things. I have been doing a lot of research. I have been engulfed in the spiritual, practical, and the fleshly shifts of 2020. And this year it is proven to be a massive realignment on a core level. Nobody, even when you want to work so hard to pretend that everything is okay and you're going to get back to your normal, nobody will ever be the same after 2020, period. You can fight against that reality all you want, but the shift is going to hurt you more when you do that, because the truth is, the way life has been lived is changing. The way that the world is being ran is changing. And the only thing you can do is hone in on what matters the most, and that's your life, your personal life, your personal responsibility. What is it that you are pouring out? Because what people don't understand is people always say things like, oh, you get back what you give. And no, you don't get back what you give. But the frequency that you exude is what attracts what to you. A magnet will not attract carpet. A magnet attracts metal. And so, regardless to what you want to make yourself be in an illusional state, the truth of who you are resides in your spirit. And that's what is felt. That is what sends out the auric, calls to whatever it is that's drawn to you. So many people throughout 2020 have still been trying to be who they were when the world is changing. Everything around you is changing. People's lives are falling apart, not just because of COVID, but significantly impacted because of COVID at the same time. People's marriages are falling apart because people are so accustomed to living 2 lives or 3 lives. I got this amount of time outside of the home, so I really don't have to deal with this person all day long. We only have a little bit of time in the home together, so yeah, we may have a couple moments where we're just not getting along, but then I can escape. I can go do my thing. I can go out. Outside is open. I can go hang with my friends. I can go and do something other than sit in your face and listen to you. But when everything closes down and you have nowhere to run to, you have nowhere you can go other than outside, and then right back in, you're forced to deal with the truth. And the truth for so many people is that so much of the foundation at the very place they lay their head has not been properly tended to. And that comes and says the same thing about our personal internal life. A lot of us have been neglecting our peace, neglecting our health, neglecting our personal freedom and liberation, going along with the flow, attaching ourselves to things that are culturally accepted or socially required, opposed to sticking to the truth of who we are, what we believe in, what it is that we really want. And 2020 has chosen, this year was chosen to test that very, very, very truth. You have attached yourself to things that you don't even identify with. You have allowed yourself to be a part of things that you don't even believe in. You've regurgitated lingo that you don't even understand or comprehend. But that has been so many of our lives, feeling the pressure to be something that you're not, afraid to be who you are, and running from the truth the whole time. And 2020 has forced us to be still. Being still is very uncomfortable to people when they're used to being on the go, when go has become their life. Go is their way of coping, numbing, escaping. And when you have nowhere to escape to, you're forced to sit in the truth that you have neglected the very parts of yourself that required you to be present. It required your nurturing. It required you to sow seeds in fertile ground internally, but you're so blocked and you're so disconnected that you don't even see it. And 2020 has been a very cruel reminder of that. It's a sad thing when society can see thousands and thousands of people being affected, whether it be financially, whether it be because of hunger, whether it be because of illness, whether it be because of lack in any type of way. And you could turn a blind eye because it doesn't affect you personally. So it isn't real. So many people at the beginning of the year were saying that COVID was this 5G, thing. And who knows? Who knows why, when, how, where? But what we do know is that one thing is for sure. It has killed millions of people. And I personally have been affected. 7 people I know in the last 8 months have lost their lives. And these are not people that I knew from a distance. These are people that I know. People that I care about. People that I loved. And you see the ignorance of society. You see the disconnect from humanity. People are numb to the numbers until one of those numbers hits home. And then suddenly sympathy is needed and required because they didn't understand the impact. Here's the truth. 2020 showed us a lot about ourselves, but it also taught us a lot about people and society. And one thing I know is that very, very few people will do what's best for the overall picture, even when it doesn't benefit them to do it. Very few people. Don't believe me? Look around. How many texts did you get about going out? How many texts have you gotten about doing something with a bunch of other people? How many people are still living their life as if everyone else is tripping and it's not as serious as everyone is making it, and we still got to live our life and we still got to get out? How many people? How many people are so hung up on the conspiracy theories about it, opposed to just looking at it from a humanly standpoint, that people's lives are literally impacted in the worst way? How many? So 2020 has shown you the dynamics, and there is a shift. There's a massive shift, but there's also a massive split, because we're going into what is considered this age of Aquarius. And I've spoken a lot about it for the last few years, but I'm not going to speak about it on this video because I talk about it a lot on my podcast. But what I will say is Aquarius is all about humanity. It is all about innovation. It's all about collective thinking. It is not one to go along with the flow. It is about creating the betterment for all. How can we do this to make it better for everybody? How can we make this fair for everybody? How can everyone benefit from this? This isn't about globalization. This is about localizing and helping and contributing to those that are in your own backyard. So many people are accustomed to doing so much. The first thing people wanted to do was travel outside of where they live. Why? Because they're trying to escape. What are you escaping when it's everywhere? And you're going to come right back to the problem. What are you escaping? Your peace is found within. And if 2020 hasn't taught us anything, and if it hasn't showed us anything, it has shown us the importance of stabilizing our internal world. So no matter what we are faced with, no matter what we are surrounded by, no matter who's in our lives or not, we will keep the peace that we need and the peace that is required to stay afloat, because without that, you will not survive. For the people who are dealing and going through life in this me syndrome, me, it's about me, what I need, what I want, you're not going to survive, because we're going out of this. It's not about just you. It's about what you do to impact others. It is about how you operate and how that impacts others. Your selfishness is going to destroy you and everything that is attached to you. And what people don't understand is karma doesn't forget, even when you do. People have been sowing seeds for a very long time, and this entire year has been in fertile ground. This entire year. Seeds are being reaped much faster than ever before, and your life is going to reflect that. 2020 has taken a lot. It has taken a lot of pain. It has taken, not taking a lot of pain, it's caused a lot of pain, and it's taken a lot of people that has caused extra pain, and it has caused this fear, this frightening reality that you don't have control. You don't. We don't. And we're not supposed to, because we are not the creator of this planet. But what we do have control of is ourselves. Doing what it is that we can do, making the best choices for us, preparing ourselves for the inevitable. This is about standing in the truth of who you are, doing what's best for your brethren, opposed to what is beneficial for you. So what? You're inconvenienced because you can't do what you would like to do. But you are alive. You are here. You are still here at the end of 2020, knowing you've risked so much. You've taken so many risks. You've been reckless. You have not done half of what you know you should have done. But you're still here. And that's enough to be grateful for. That's enough to be grateful that you have an extension of time. That is enough for you to sit in the reality of everybody has a day and it's just not yours yet. So yes, 2021 is coming. And God, I'm so blessed to be here. God, I am so blessed to be here. This isn't about speaking about your practices in spirituality. This is about living it. This is about the faith that you claim to have, actually having it. This is about living in the truth of what you say you are in real time. This is not about creating a facade to look like you know more, to look like you are more, to look like you're more prestige and more aware and more awakened. Because the truth of the matter is, everybody is going to be awakened on their own timeline, not just the timeline that you think you predict with your connection to spirituality. Spirituality is very personal. It is very personal. And I am going to say this. For For everybody who is allowing anybody to be tapping into your spirit and to be doing whatever it is that you are letting people do, hoping that they can predict some things that they can't even predict within their own life, you should definitely use more discernment, because not everybody who claims to be of a specific light and path is that. There are some really genuine people, but you got to be very careful, especially with this burst and new resurgence of popularity when it comes to spirituality. Everybody is a spiritualist. Everybody can read some cards. Everybody knows astrology. I've been studying astrology since I was 12 years old. I'm about to be 37. Spirituality, astrology, these are not something you learn in one day. These are life dedications. This is a gift. I don't care how spiritual you are. Not everybody has the same gift. Please use discernment when it comes to your spirit. Do not allow people to be tapping into that is your personal space. And it's pretty invasive when you just allow people to just do whatever they want with you. It's one thing to have somebody do that to you in the flesh, but you allowing people to do that to you in spirit. That's not safe. Please be careful. Protect yourself. Now I'm off that. Another thing. We're in a very critical time when it comes to our health, when it comes to our mental health, when it comes to our spiritual, emotional, and physical health. It is your responsibility to do what it is that you need to do to protect yourself. 2020 has shown us the importance of overall health. Society is very, very reactive opposed to proactive. It is about preventing the inevitable at times. And sometimes what you think is inevitable is not. So it's very important for you to mind your health. Mind your health the way you mind other people's business. Mind your health. Go get your checkups. Please pay attention to the different signs that you may be feeling off. Please do what you need to do for your body. I know that there are a lot of health, people on the internet. And some of them have some really, really good advice, but they're not your doctors. You need your doctor. You need to go get your tests ran. Ladies, go to the OB. Do what it is you need. Guys, get your prostate checked. In addition to COVID, we are dealing with cancer. We are dealing with diabetes. We are dealing with people having heart attacks. We are dealing with people committing suicide. We are dealing with malnutrition, people having eating disorders. We have a lot of different things that are going on in our bodies, and people are so neglectful. This is definitely not the time to play. And even though we are so optimistic about 2021, so much of 2020 will be taken into 2021 because 2020 is the foundation. This is what has kicked off the shifts and the changes that are so needed. And you're blessed to see the end of the beginning right here in 2020. But it's not over, not near over. We have a long way to go. So the only thing that I can say to you is just to make sure you take care of yourself. Your health. This year has been hell. We've dealt with a whole bunch of things. We've dealt with families who have lost family in the military. They're in the military, traveling, deployed. Me personally, fighting for this country, the very country that doesn't do what it's supposed to do for them. But that's another story as well. We are all battling something. Families who have lost their children, their husbands, their spouses to domestic violence, to drugs, to police brutality, lost their family members in the middle of protesting, trying to take a stand for Black lives and all kind of things we deal with every single day. And it is not going to end because the clock strikes 12. Because the change starts within us. It's starting within you. What about you is different going into the new year? What about you has changed? What about you has shifted your perspective and how you navigate going forward? That's on you. That's not the clock. So yes, 2020 has been absolutely a hell of a year. I can't believe I completed this year sober. And I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink a lot and I don't do drugs. But a year like 2020, if you didn't have any addictions, you would assume that someone would get some. Because this year has been hell. It's been one thing after the next thing after the next thing. But I haven't even drunk anything this year. I haven't smoked anything. I ain't took no pills. And I do go to therapy now. Therapy has saved a lot of lives. I'm going to tell you that. And I'm not speaking about my own. I'm speaking about others. Because, honey, I've been at the breaking point sometime. I've been wanting to just really give people the issue that they think they asking for. But you know what? I practice the faith. I practice the spirituality. And I definitely put my boundaries into place so that I can save lives. Thick thighs save lives. Okay. But no, this year has been challenging. This year has been something that I've never ever experienced. My grandparents, I have a set of grandparents that are still alive, and my grandmother is almost 80 years old. And when I tell you, she's seen a lot. They've seen a lot. My grandmother has worked in the cotton fields. My grandmother is an educated woman with a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful personality and extremely successful life. But she started from the bottom. And she's never seen anything like this. This is a dismantlement. This is a new world being brewed right before our eyes. And if you have people that are in your life, I know people love to speak about ancestors and how they pray and they believe in the ancestors. Well, you are walking amongst future ancestors right now that you overlook every day. Don't honor them when they gone. You honor them now. You build those relationships with them now so that you can get familiar with them now. Stop trying to call in folk you don't know. You ain't never known. They never heard from them. And then you wondering why you're going crazy. Another, that ain't even for this video. I'm just telling you, okay? But have those conversations with people. You will learn so much. This year is everything that we needed to see just how much work we needed to do, and also just how much work we have done. But it's not over. It's not near over. This has been a painful year. This has been literally in the birth canal. This hurts. This hurts. I can't count how many sleepless nights I've had. I can't count how many times I've just woke up in praying and I can't cry. I have no emotion. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to express what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling it. And I know it's coming. I know something's here. I need to get it out. This is life. And if you're not balanced and you're not grounded and you're not connected with the highest source, I'm going to tell you right now, you are not going to make it. 2020 has been a remarkable year. It has been a year that has caused us to be forced to look in the mirror. Everything we put under the rug, everything we tried to turn a blind eye and be complicit to, it's here, right in your face. Things we already knew, but we ignored because it didn't affect us. It wasn't in our homes. We never saw that. This time is out for being unaware. Time is out for pretending that it's not real. This is life. And it is your responsibility to create a reality that you can live in. It's on you. No one's going to do that for you. Nobody. The fact that we are still here at the end of one hell of a year, and we are able, in our same mind, as sane as it can be, able to open our eyes to a new day, is all of the motivation that you need to keep going. That's it. Because when your time is up, your time is up. Ain't nothing you can do about it when you're done. But right now, you're not. So we have to keep going. But you have to tend to yourself, your heart space. Allow yourself to recover. I don't believe in overnight healing. I don't think that's real. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I tell you one damn thing, I ain't never healed overnight. It is a recovery process. You recover from the trauma. You recover from the hurt and the wounds. You recover, and then you're on a path to healing. There is no such thing as healing overnight. We don't heal from 2020 just because it's midnight. I want y'all to know that. Now, y'all can pretend to act like that, but I'm going to keep that same energy. I'm going to know that I'm living in my truth. And it's too much has happened to just forget about it. No, you remember. But you take the lessons of it. You take the lessons of it and you take it and do not repeat the same mistakes. Don't repeat the same mistakes that you did going into this year. We can't take that into 2021. It's about getting better. It's about progressing. It's about evolving. Please do not revert back to where we are fighting to get beyond. 2021 feels like the year of resilience and reciprocity. You get what you give, but it never comes back the way you think it will. So be mindful of what you're giving out. Be very careful with the words that you speak and what your spirit is giving out. Protect yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your families. Take care of you. And know that you're supported. You're loved. And you're cared for from afar. This is about owning our shit, taking accountability, and not trying to rush through the process because we're not in control. We're not. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm grateful for everything. And all 2020 wasn't all bad, but oh, it was a lot of bad. And it was a lot of heavy. And it was a lot of pain, and it was a lot of anger, and it was a lot of loss. This year, I'll probably have nightmares about this year for the rest of my life. It's a hell of a year. Like, I can't believe I can laugh about anything that's happened because there has been a lot of pain, a lot of funerals, a lot of sadness, a lot of sickness, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of disgust, a lot. And all we can do is try to regain a little bit of strength so that we can continue to push forward on the timeline assigned to us, not on somebody else's timeline. It ain't about nobody else telling you where and how and what you should be doing in your life to progress. You are your life. You are in your life. You are connected to the Most High. Don't let nobody else tell you how to do what God is ordaining you to do in your life. It's your responsibility. Find who you are. Tap into that person. Connect to that person. And flow through it. I love you guys. I love your freaking souls. And I'm truly proud of you. For all of you who've pushed through. For all of you who are diligently trying. Everybody on the front lines. Risking their freaking life and their safety. Thank you. Thank you. To everybody who's dealing with grief, pain of loss. I'm so sorry. I feel you. And you're seen. You're heard. You're not alone. But no matter how many people are going through the pain, it always feels like an isolated experience because it is so damn heavy. But you'll get through this. You will get through this. So far, we've survived 100% of everything that has been sent to destroy us. Everything that has been sent to kill our spirit, kill our faith, kill us in the flesh. We have survived 100% of it all. And I'm here to tell you guys, God damn, you're a warrior. You are a warrior. Can't nobody tell me that we can't survive what's coming next. This is a new world order. Seriously. Can't nobody tell me that we can't survive this. Look at what we've survived. Look at what we've survived. So stop doubting yourself. Don't doubt what you've already proven you can do. The proof is in the pudding. In 2020 was a big old shitstorm of pudding. I love you guys. Here is to a better, more evolved, even more transformational, impactful, foundation building year. I love you guys. Until my next video. Happy New Year. Bye.